That assumes everyone is like you? Well, I mean, I hope that's the assumption. Thought you messed up the YouTube title the first lot? Confused? Yeah, the YouTube title was,
Crew report. Miyoko is drunk. Surprise.
I liked it. I liked it. It feels like every day I'm trying to, you know, for 2 hours before the stream, just trying to brainstorm what I should do for the publication for it.
Supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Yeah. Is there a problem with that?
How can I be? I require.
Have nothing to say to me apparently about it. Terra 2. Yeah, this is one of the things I was going to pick up on the way back, right? Byzantium Freight Port Landing Pad. Never mind. It was Edgewater, actually, that we wanted to go to.
We are now orbited above Edgewater, Captain. Remember that you...
No, you are not insured. Okay, well, taking Yoko, don't want to take VOD out yet. Look at Max, maybe. God, it's effectively just Ellie or Felix right now for me. For my money, at least. Let's go Felix. We're running the same crew constantly, but it does feel like a good idea. Just like it in general works. There was a thing we hadn't lockpicked? In Edgewater?
Great work.
Oh, right, because we didn't actually end up using the Sincere landing pad. Fair enough. There's almost certainly nothing valuable in here, but I'll just make sure so that next time I start a run, if there is anything valuable in here, I'll know to come here first. A couple cartridges. There's actually a significant amount of cartridges. Fine. Thank you. Gonna guess skeletal, muscular, no, don't need it. Ultra, none of these pristine, Nightingale step, fine. Also harsh turn down on those. Pristine for the sword off, again don't need that. Mr. Zap Exacto sight. So Exacto sights are actually apparently quite expensive. Very glad that I kept that rather than the extendo sight though. Hey Ludwig, what's up, bud?
Town's been dark a while now. Could be a mechanical trying to sabotage us.
How goes the war? What do you have against mechanicals, bud?
You ever seen the way a mechanical just stands there? Just looking at you. Scanning you with its murderous oculars.
Can't say that I have. I'm pretty sure that's what they were programmed to do. It's pretty creepy. It's pretty creepy. That should be the only thing that I'm allowed to say at this point because of my robophobia.
Mechanicals have been programmed to eliminate the human race. They've been programmed to replace us. First, they will rob us of our jobs. And once they have taken away our livelihoods, they will take away our very lives.
I wish that the fact that I have the floor robophobia would allow me to have a more in-depth conversation with Ludwig there. I had a little bit of an inclination it might, but sadly it seems not to. Journal, quests, Nyokas. That one. Hey, Baron. How's it going? Welcome to the stream. So far, we've wrapped up a couple of the missions on Monarch. Not the very final one, though. We've reported back to Phineas, found another science weapon, and also found a sniper rifle much better than any of the sniper rifles we've had so far. It's a Deadeye Assault Rifle Mark II. I've also found an exploit-ish in the game where I can just respec 2 times on the ship. Respec heavily in... Oops. Let's just clear this camp as a demonstration of how good the weapon is. But we respec heavily into science and engineering, tinker with our weapons until they are pristine and very, very powerful, and then change back. Yeah, my plasma gun would do better here, but I just generally want to see how this one's going to do. Where's the head?
Here we go.
Yeah, see, the thing this gun has that the other ones don't is the hunting rifle fires like, I want to say 1 bullet every couple thousand years. This one might as well be an assault rifle. In fact, it literally is. Glad to see that Birdie Cotton's still here, sticking that leg out early far. Respecting will get more expensive the more you do it. Yeah, I in general know that, but thankfully I haven't respected all, so I only need to respec once for 500 in order to do that, and then 1,000 to get out of it. But it effectively means that as long as only once in the entire game do I want to do that. Oh my god. I killed 2 of them with 1 headshot. Okay, I'm a lot happy with this weapon now. But it does mean for only 1,500 bits, I have the ability to, you know, hyper tinker my weapons. And possibly even make them pristine.
Alright, let's down we go!
Whew, what a tough fight. So this happens after you get Nyoka, so I have to imagine the enemies in here are actually going to be more powerful to account for the fact that you have to have been, like, you know, level 15-ish to be in Nyoka's area at least. I also feel like, due to my completionist nature, I'm a little over-leveled for all of the areas. Are the enemies leveled each planet or auto-leveled? I do not know. Because I've done a build that, like, very, very singularly focuses on one thing, I think I've become, like, more powerful in the power curve of the game right now, which is making it difficult to judge.
Rebecca! Anders! Come on out! Looks like we're doing this.
Couple warning shots there, just in case. Really? I could have sworn I had that one down. Fine.
Nice work!
Sorry, look out.
Everyone all right?
Yeah, the enemies do scale. Sweet. Much appreciated. For the information, I mean. Pretty sure I already would have checked this area. Because it's an area on this planet, and I pretty much checked all of them. Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
That don't look good.
Oh no. Oh no. What did you do?
Anderson's Karen medallion.
I'm sorry, Nyoka.
This is the medallion you retrieve from Anderson's remains. It is inscribed with the words Karen. Rebecca's Karen medallion. It's inscribed with the words Karen. And, of course, time for a plot dump. Rusty Journal. Its display is faded and the buttons are almost entirely rusted through, but you can still make out bits and pieces of what seem to be Rebecca's final entries. Law help me, but Anderson was right. We never should have taken this contract. I thought Monarch was bad, but this is unbearable. Everyone here is blind or addled or I don't know what. The towns won't let us walk in without an employment contract. I can't even find someone to let me send a message. For all the capable folk here, we're stuck. Back home, we had to fight for every meal because there were no meals that you didn't make yourself. Here there's plenty. Nobody's allowed to give you one. We've been stealing bits and pieces of life wherever we can. Anderson's about ready to sign up. Offer his life in service to Space's choice just so we can take a shower. Clara, hold to the architect this never reaches you, but on the off chance it does, I want to say I'm sorry. Anderson and I fucked up. We didn't take the contract for the bits. We didn't take it because Primal sounded cool. We took it because we wanted out. Monarch's a living hell. We were sick of getting sick. Of boiled Raptidon and stinking like sulfur, no matter how hard you scrub. Of fighting day in and day out. We're exhausted. We thought we could use the contract money to find a place here, settle down. But this place ain't getting any better. It's just different. starving all the same. Maybe we never should have left. I just thought maybe we could do better. I miss you, kid. Marauders at the door. Anderson's bled out. I'm on my way. I won't let him get me. Not alive, anyway. Seen what those monsters do.
I don't... They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made a sulfur smell like roses. Ugh. Or to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
You okay?
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth.
She'd still want to know, just the same as you did. I'd have kept it from her. The news would only have hurt us, so what now? I think the first one for me. Vidavo, thank you very much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Dan Wolf. Much appreciated, Dan Wolf. Enjoy your emotes in chat, and welcome to the Republic.
Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick.
Primals aren't on that planet, so we're going to have to get stuff from here. Might do it. Didn't think there was anything about the wilderness you don't know. You're guessing here. Any way to find out? Sure, I'd rather go in gun blazing. First one.
That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Can I complete that on this planet, though? There are primals on this planet. From pungent primals. Okay, right. So there's probably no pungent primals on this planet. Just primals. Old-fashioned style. Alright. So I'm pretty sure that's the final quest that we have for Terra at the moment. Weapons from the Void, that's on Groundbreaker and Fallbrook. Fallbrook we actually already picked up as well, didn't we? So there's just a science weapon on Scylla that could help us with. Remote area, yeah, we'll go for that first. Scylla. It's Byzantium, which is also on this planet though. Scylla. Okay, we've got most of these being Scylla quests. We've got Cannon's Cradle to finish off. Deal with Clive. Right, we do have 2 things still left on Monarch. Byzantium and Scylla again. Alright. Let's do the sublight remote access station. Because we'll do this. Finish the stuff for Lilia, which might unlock more stuff in Monarch, specifically in Fallbrook, the sublight town. So it seems like this could be a good ordering to do. Override cartridge will hand control of the state systems to Sublight, legitimizing Lilia's claim of the salvage. So I still don't know if that's necessarily the way we're going to want to resolve that mission, but at least that's going to be the setup. Don't think there's anyone in town here that I really need to discuss anything with.
Captain, if you're looking...
Longest shot would be
Then I
like
said,
Amelia.
Fine. I'll pay you back for all of it. With interest.
HRS-1084. Kind of expecting this just to be a dungeon like the other one.
HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Okay. I kind of want to take out Sam, but Nyoka and Felix don't seem like they'd be well equipped for this. Maybe Pavati, although I have to upgrade Pavati's stuff if I'm taking Pavati out. It's been a while. Maybe it's Pavati and Vicar Max. I could see taking those 2 out. I also need to store a bunch of weapons because I can break them down for rare mods. Robophobia, remember? Yeah? I said Max, not Sam. Did I say Sam? Even if I have Sam with me, I'm okay with that, right? Not too sad about it. See, if I re-tech right now, I could make the prismatic hammer ridiculous. Alright. Pavati. You're dealing more damage with the toss ball blocker than with this. By the way, this is only getting like, what? Goes to 125 after 111, right? It's only getting 14 more damage, whereas the toss ball blocker, 125, it's getting 28? Sorry, 25 plus 8, it's 33. It's getting 33 more? I think I need to give her a one-handed melee. And in particular, I did actually leave myself with one-handed melee that I can give her. It's the Plasma Cutter Gold. I also have the Stun Baton Ultra and Silencer. I'll take both of those out just in case, for comparison's sake. And she'll definitely be set to, like, exclusively melee. Okay, Plasma Cutter Gold is already quite high. Stun Baton Ultra. It is 5 levels lower. I wouldn't have the ability to fully upgrade it, but it'd probably end up with more damage, right? It's picking up 8 per level right now. So 5 levels of that, 40. It'd end up... That's if it is linear as well. No, it does seem like Plasma Cutter Gold beats that out. And then 7 on the Silencer, but this has 2 mod slots. The problem with the Plasma Cutter Gold is that it's Plasma by default. Don't upgrade, it's good enough. Really? Seems fine. But if I can upgrade it a little with a bit of tinkering. Like, I don't want to spend that much on it, but tinkering it 2 times doesn't seem that bad. The modifications where it's really going to come in. Oh, God. Of course. Of course. This is what I get for forgetting to take my mods off. Alright, looking for the melee ones. Mr. Power. Change the damage type to Plasma. It's already Plasma. Weapon durability. It seems like the durability of my allies' weapons don't actually decrease. Weapon attack speed plus 15% seems good. Although, is that seriously the only mod that I have for it right now? Other than that, I've got Mr. Ouch, Sure Grip, Mr. Power. Oof. Alright, I guess I'm gonna take Mr. Ouch just in case it does actually work on non-power attacks for my allies. Because I don't have anything else to put there instead. Not at the moment, at least. Alright, Pavati. That's yours. Science weapon goes away with all the rest of them. Auto mag pistol is not necessary, right? Because you are set to melee. Alright. That ought to be good enough. The only thing that I now need to check is your armor. And yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Offload this stuff and run away. Gotta remember the mods. Never mind, it didn't actually take extra mods. Perfect. So now we can take Pavati and Vicamax. Let's pop this away just in case. Safe.
This is the place. We'll need the power generators back on to finish this job.
Matthew Pong, thank you very much for pledging $20 to the Republic on Patreon. Much appreciated. I am really, really lucky that I haven't set that one up. Restricted area, but it's on the fritz. Sincerely appreciated, Matthew. Alright, so this doesn't actually get counted as a restricted area. It's fine. I will constantly stay in crouch, though. I don't want to get caught off guard. Shipping manifest. Shipping label. 1 case of UDL concussion mines to HRS-1084. Is that the one we're on? Signed by Chief of Security Ida Kimball. Warning. Contents may have shifted in transit. Warranty is void on any and all detonated mines, regardless of the cause. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying mines is a fireable offense. Mines are not a company-authorized decoration, pet, or sporting equipment. Mines are not suitable for ingestion. Mines are not eligible for recycling promotion. Do not purposefully stand, sit, or recline on the mines. Mines are not your friend. UDL claims no liability for any actions taken or not taken by mines. UDL recognizes that you may have chosen any remote explosives provider. Your commitment guarantees product quality and safety, asterisk, for many shipments to come. Thank you, and have a pleasant detonation. Quality and safety not guaranteed. Sounds about right. Again, I'm going to kind of just hang around the edges. I don't want to restore power because I suspect restoring power will get a lot of auto mechanicals all up in my face. And I am terrified of those. Oh, is this a secondary way in? Hell yeah. Error. Unable to access memory cartridge. The terminal power is below 5%. Restore power supply to station in order to resume normal functions. So they are power doors rather than being barred on one side for the sealed. Talysis into mag pick, happily. Ooh! Heavy construction gear, shore grip. Bit cartridge, toss ball, yeah. Again, nothing I want at all. A blank UDL keycard, though. I suspect we can probably end up using that as a disguise if we find someone to modify it. Now, we do know the guy who was jailbreaking them back in Fallbrook, to whom we might palm them off. Hunting rifle ultra, is it pristine? Damn. And it's an extendo sight rather than exacta sight as well, so that's a couple times over. I don't really want to do anything with that. Oh, gotta remember, even garbage weapons. Take even garbage weapons. Just for the sake of breaking them down and getting rare mods later.
I'm not able to do that.
Alright, apparently the place is booby-trapped. Good to know. I'm gonna try and heal off that concussion. That's what I get for sprinting exactly once. So again, we have another body in a jar. But there's an interaction panel directly in front of it. One of these days, one of them is going to get out and be ridiculously buff. I feel like I should probably kill that from here. Glass. My eternal enemy. Hey, Kaze. How's it going, bud? How did job stuff go today? Are you ever gonna give up getting more jobs? Are you just gonna stack jobs until you have all of the jobs in the world and unemployment is at 99.9%? Gonna leave any jobs for the rest of us? Huh? Huh? Shaking my head. They talk about people stealing jobs. You steal all of them. The start of the next stream is just going to be Kaze introducing himself. UDL identity cartridge. Let's look at this one. Belonging to UDL. The holographic shroud developed by Phineas Wells has... Never mind, we've seen that description before. On anything else that has holographic. Oh. 5 bits. Can't let that get past. Could be a whole extra tinker for us, basically. Alright, looks like all of this is kind of leading down to the same area in the center. Robot directly above us definitely know we're here, though. Bolter pistol I intend to never use. Much appreciated for the offer at the least, though. Modify generator mode normal. Alright. There's an error flushing toilets. However, the generator mode change is complete and worked. Maintenance logs. View facility status report. Critical issues 1, and there's 2 non-critical issues. A critical issue. Toilet in the maintenance barrack does not flush. We've ordered a replacement part around about 4 years ago now. Non-critical issues. Well, 4 Earth years, again. Sensors indicate ultraviolet gas is leaking from the storage tanks. Ultraviolet gas is toxic to humans. Admin override priority is set to non-critical on the previous one. Management does not utilize the ultraviolet gas tank storage room. And sensors detect the new laboratory scent air freshener is running low. Let's repair that toilet. Damn. The work order already exists and we don't have the ability to.
Oh, I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinguishable from an authentic UDL trooper will prove advantageous to your current situation.
What's going on, Ada?
A UDL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently docked with the station. They are patching into the station's transmission lines now. I cannot stop.
I've been waiting for this day since we tagged your ship in Cascadia, Captain. Wait, who are you? No one told me we had security forces deployed on the station already.
My team has already handled the issue, soldier. Your squad can depart. Depart, rather. Smuggler's been handled. Team isn't cleared to dock at the station. It's need to know, soldier. Now depart before you're reassigned to sewage detail. I'm gonna go for the first one.
Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station's security systems. Can't be too careful.
Please do.
We hate to leave this location undefended after a close call with outlaws.
I already reactivated the automechs. Your readout must be on a delay, or do I look like I need an old rust bucket as backup? First one.
That should have been fixed by now. As you say, we'll just head out then. Safe travel, soldier.
No problem whatsoever.
The UDL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing into space.
My dad used to say words have power. You proved them true.
Whew. Dad used to say words have power and you proved them true. Also, do have to take that for the weapon parts. I kind of wish they were re-enabled just so I had the ability to kill them. Alright, so there's 2 things up here that we... Oh, right. The restricted access areas are now online. I thought they were broken rather than not working at the time. Okay, the energy behind those isn't necessarily fine. Although I imagine the auto mechanicals probably won't fire on me, given my costume. He's hoping the absolute least, though.
Step lively, Captain. Close that teeth.
Oh, that's what your way of warning of their minds? Appreciated. Electrical control room keycard. I'm gonna pick it for free. Could I have actually done it from here? Cannot use whilst in combat. Apparently I'm in combat. No one told me, though. There we go. Security routine on personnel files. Let's go for the security routine. The electro floor is online. Disengage checkpoint security. And personnel files. Log. Mama bear. Kimball came by asking if any of the docs had been around. I told her what I know. It's been quiet, just ask Alpha. She walked off with a spring in the step. Okay, weird. Then she requisitioned a UDL electro floor 3000 for my checkpoint. And a crate of concussion mines. Guess she didn't believe me. Is she preparing for war? She's acting like she knows something the rest of us don't. She seems especially uncomfortable around the docks. I am going to very, very quickly go and grab some water. as well as use the restroom, I will be back in a couple of minutes. So where we are, basically at the moment,
I'll keep quiet.
in terms of our outer world adventure. One sec, as I make sure the bot is running. There we go. Where we are in terms of our adventure at the moment is we've completed most of the stuff on Monarch, and we're setting up to go to Scylla and Byzantium, but at the moment we're just completing something for Sublight. You should shoot a DM to James ID on Twitter. That's how you got it. I will have to do so. I was wondering how you and Alexa got them, like, so recently. Eventually might have found the wherewithal to ask. Perfect. I actually do want to try it out, but I don't know if I'll end up making content on it, because, like, before that, there's especially Disco Elysium on my, this is something I desperately need to do. Despite the fact that Disco Elysium is, like, a series that I desperately need to do, but I know that, like, it will be not that popular. Largely because, you know, it's not in the wheelhouse of the games that I commonly cover, so the audience isn't necessarily curated for it, but it's something that I just desperately want to do. I have to. Selfishly, you want me to do it? Look, it will literally definitely happen, and this is a will literally definitely better than the will literally definitely that was given earlier with respect to some sort of a competition between the Wholesome Boys in Dota 2 Auto Chess. Oops. We also managed to find, by the way, a sniper rifle that is absolutely ridiculous. A lot earlier than I think necessarily we would have been able to. Will it come when the Outer World VODs come? Hey, you. To be fair, that would be 4 videos a day, 2 of them being RPGs. Kind of like that pace.
They've been left here all alone.
Maybe I can just deactivate all of them. Examine. Subject. Charles McNulty. Alive on stable conditions. Subject could not be revived until a method of stabilizing his conditions found in gratitude. Okay, so all of the members of this squad are frozen in different areas? Because they'd frozen Tom in a completely different area already for us. Also, I am wondering if they're actually just, like, transporting the spirit into different things. That doesn't necessarily show a line going from it directly to the sentry. Your daily time schedule doesn't like that. They'll always be there. They'll remain there at least. Okay, here we go. Yeah, James Guthrie, alive in stable condition. Alive though. Subject will need extensive nuclear resequencing before any chance of viable extraction. I'm so sorry it ended up like this, James. We'll come back for you all and fix this. I swear on it. Please forgive us. Ava Chartrand and Lorelei Fall. I think we're trying to do a big concentrated push towards some more story-driven RPGs in the near future, or just a handful of great ones right now. I honestly think there's just a handful of great ones right now. It just happens that Outer Worlds and Disco Elysium are both... Ooh. It's exactly the same for Claire, except resuscitation devices need to be on hand. Oh god, yes, Cyberpunk as well. It's an unfortunate period of good RPGs accidentally all aligning with one another. How dare they, frankly? I'm on the exact same as the previous bent of, why don't they just stop making games for a while? Just a little while. Let's try and get in an office so that we don't get caught out without our disguise. Cyberpunk is going to be absolutely incredible. I can't wait. Do you think you'll do multiple stream runs of Outer Worlds? I would be surprised. I would be surprised. I do want to do a YouTube series of Outer Worlds, but that would be at some point in the future where there's a little bit of DLC for the game to also cover, at which point I would do a dumb run that's heavily focused on science and melee in Supernova. right? Just to make it as different for myself as possible. Security routines. Unlock personal quarters. Well, obviously we're going to be doing that, but let's modify the system's access protocols first. Insert sublight override cartridge. Okay, so that's probably if I want to do it without hacking. So let's just hack. Yeah, it is. Cool. Again, that's not the thing that I wanted to do yet. That quick save is a while ago. Damn it. Is it a while ago? Has the potential to be great. See, the thing is, I don't want to give this to Sublight.
Myself, I'll be fine leaving this place.
Just in case there's a choice to make, because I didn't know that was going to be a problem. Didn't we know Shatran from Cascadia? That's fine, I'm reloading this one. Witcher 3 dominated far too long, even if it's a great game. Hearing every day Witcher 3 is the best is annoying. Yeah, I can imagine. Alright, never mind. It was just directly before we entered here. Whew, beautiful. Security routines will hack. Then have a look at all of the rest of the stuff. Project summary. Purpose. Biological hybridization and assimilation strategies. I was right! Further the chimeric sciences via the targeted modification of human nuclein using strands obtained for Halcyon's native fauna. AKA Raptidon messages. From redacted to subject station morale. It has come to my attention that a culture of distrust and soured relationships between HRS-1084's research staff and the security personnel. Many of you have submitted requests for early dismissal. To the research staff, the importance of your task, your work supersedes any interpersonal conflict. To our security personnel, there will be no early dismissal. You will also notice that your employment contract has no set end date. We can enjoy a discussion of morale and its impacts on success metrics once the question of humanity's place in the Halcyon colony has been answered. In the meantime, get back to work. And the logs for Charlie, Claire, and James. Those are the ones that are frozen in the other area. We almost lost Charlie. It was a runaway it was a runaway resequencing shift. Once it started, it kept going, spreading beyond the isolated tissue to a full-blown systemic infiltration. He said it was like every organ was itchy. I told him we'd ice him, freeze him until we could figure out how to reverse what had gone wrong. Every time Laura walked by me, she'd rub my shoulders and ask me to take a different reading. They didn't need to be taken. It's just to keep my mind occupied. She's been checking on me since every hour. Kajay Shukin! Thank you very much. Saint Easy, thank you very much for the gift sub to Kajay Shukin. Much appreciated, Kajay. Enjoy your remotes in chat and welcome to the Republic. Claire's. We had to put Claire on ice today. She and the others drew straws. Claire lost. The change was slower this time. At the first, the resequence stayed within normal parameters, but then it spread again, just like with Charlie. Tomorrow I'm reaching out to my handler directly. I need answers. I wonder how Guthrie's doing. I hear some symphonic music under his door. Access outbound comm transcript. Is anyone listening to this frequency? Who is this? I'm the project lead for 1084. No, that doesn't actually sound like it's like staticked. It sounds like it's a demon responding. I'm the project lead on 1084. I wanted.
Station 1084. You have orders to maintain wireless silence until emissions end state is achieved.
Executive override. Password antediluvian.
What can I do for you, Doctor?
The board told me they would deliver my queries about our transcription problem on the Cornelius Vanderbilt. Where are we with that?
I'm afraid I can't provide an updated status at this time, Doctor.
The assault cruiser should have arrived on Earth by now. My query was addressed to the Chimeric Research Department at George de Hevesy Institute in Budapest.
One of my associates will reach out when we have an update.
When? Are you in contact with the assault cruiser? What happened out there?
Station 1084. Misuse of this channel is a fireable offense. This is abusing your executive override, save in cases of emergency.
Damn it, this is an And that's the end. James. This log is being entered by Dr. Fall. That's Lorelei. I had to prescribe Dr. Chartrand with enough sedatives to knock out a primal. Yesterday morning, Dr. Guthrie and I drew straws to decide which of us would be the next test subject. He pulled the short one. No new developments. After all our sacrifices, it still feels like we're miles away from a breakthrough. Ava hasn't forgiven herself for the losses. Maybe sometime away from HRS-1084 will clear her mind. The board confirmed receipt of my report and transmitted our recall notice. We're just awaiting transport. Okay, okay. Ava and Lorelei are probably still out there. I have to imagine we're probably going to encounter them and have to save their friends, possibly. So their friends are on ice, and we currently have a mission for retrieving dimethyl sulfoxide for taking people off ice safely. I suspect we have the ability to do that here. Beautiful view, nonetheless, though. Researcher's Mask. Cause bleed duration plus 30%. There are so many unique stats in this game, and they attach them to, like, one item. Come on. Share the love. Take my cartridges, though.